The Chosen is a television type series. It's kind of hard to say that because of all the streaming stuff nowadays. What do we call it, right? But it's a series that's broken up into different episodes. Right now, they're up through season 2. Some episodes into that. Just full disclosure, I've watched all the episodes. My family and I have. We've binge watched some of them. Just couldn't stop watching it at one point. It was just too good to put down. And I think that's really the point of the series, is to help to bring the Gospels to life in a modern way, right? Through the medium of streaming and television and that kind of thing. And I tell you, from a ministerial perspective, I love it. I absolutely love it. It understands that it has to take artistic liberties because not everything is spelled out. You know, we all make assumptions. When we read the text, we're assuming that Jesus is either stoic in what he says, or that he's maybe has a little bit of a grin when he says it. Perhaps he's being joyful or playful or maybe more stern. We're all making those assumptions. And so this series helps to bring to life one person's reading or, team's reading of the Gospels, but I think it does it in such a good job of taking Jesus and what we know about him and his nature and his personality and reflecting that in how Jesus interacts with people. And it does such a good job at that. And there are some things that it has to fill in that the text does not have. And when it does a really good job with it. There are a few times where I'm like, I don't know if I would see it that way. But that's okay too, because it still fulfills its purpose in bringing the main story to life. And so I really liked it. I loved it. I love it, I should say. It's well acted. It's well directed. There was at least one episode where it kind of felt like it dragged a little bit, but overall it's been really great. And what I like about it too is that it encourages people to go back and look at the text. You know, there might be times where you're watching it and you're going, is that what the text says? And you go and look it up. And, how did they come to that conclusion? And you go and look it up. And maybe that even makes you dive a little bit deeper into some of the history and some of the cultural background stuff, right? Because again, we're all making assumptions. But, for example, I'll tell you one that really hit me. When Jesus is at the wedding at Cana, there comes a point where he turns the water into wine, and then he kind of runs his hand through the wine and he lifts it up. And it's a red wine. And this red wine is just spilling off of his hand, and he's just looking at it, deep in thought. And I started thinking, I'm like, man, did Jesus think about the crucifixion as he started becoming more public with his miracles and his ministry? There was a point in the series where he walks past a crucifixion. And he starts looking very deep in thought. I mean, that seems reasonable to me. And so the point is that I think the point of the series is for us to get into the text. And man, it does such a good job of that. And from a minister's perspective, could I look at it and go, well, they got, this was an assumption and that was in the Bible and this, over here was this way. Maybe. I could nitpick, but you know what? That's not the point. And that's not even the point of the Gospels, is it? We have 4 Gospels, 4 different perspectives. They all say the same thing in truth and in principle. And while people have gone through the ages and nitpicked and said, hey, this is different than this, we understand that they're very complementary of one another. Now, I'm not saying that The Chosen is another gospel. I'm not saying that one bit. But what I am saying is that it does a good job of taking the gospel accounts and portraying the truth in such a way in which it's inviting, it's easy to digest, and it's something that I think families can sit down and really enjoy and have some great conversations that start from watching The Chosen. So I encourage you to do so. It's on Peacock TV. Now there are ads along with that, but you can also download the Chosen app, and you can check it out there, stream it to your TV, or even just watch it on an iPad or your phone, and have The Chosen wherever you go. They've done a good job, and I'm really looking forward to new episodes. I think they come out now each week, and they're still trying to fund the series even further. So if you have any specific questions about The Chosen, or you want to discuss it further, reach out. Put a comment in the section below. But I do hope that you can enjoy the show for what it is, as it points to a wonderful Savior who loves you, who loves me, who loves the people of the world so much that he died for us. May God bless you in your studies, and if we can do anything for you, let us know. Have a wonderful day.